Cheers to the beers.
Welcome to Hospice Traphouse.
What's up, Jake Bassi?
Do you hear me?
I can hear you. Testing 111.
Yes, testicles 1, 2, 3. Oh my. Okay, so let's start the episode with a classic MK Ultra freeze by Mitch McConnell. And we're back.
Yo, Jake,
Yo, what's up?
What's $823 billion?
Here's what I think. Do you want to hear my immediate thought? Okay.
Legit.
We suddenly, out of nowhere, pass a huge budget increase for the military-industrial complex. Now, here's what's going to happen. Here's the TISM clairvoyance going off. China invades Taiwan. We go into China and fuck them up. Russia's like, the fuck, bro? Why are you leaving me out of this? We are fighting the Chinese and the Russians when suddenly the aliens show up and attack us all. And then that quote, you've heard it, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So the aliens start fucking our shit up while we're fucking each other up, and then we go like, hey bro, let's squash it. And then we fight them together as one, and that will be the last great war we will ever fight, but we'll all die. So
will this be the last great war?
This will be the last war. If it goes down that way, that will be the last war ever, because the aliens coming and fucking us up will...
His screen froze. Oh no. Oh no, Jake, you're frozen. Well, that's silly. Dang. Damn.
Tell me you got that.
I'm gonna edit that in. That's staying in.
We got that, right? We all know what just happened right now, right?
We know what just happened.
I said the secret thing out loud to the T, and my internet just magically goes out.
Jake, we need to intro this. Would you consider this an emergency?
You know what? It's been a minute since we did an episode, so I think it's kind of both. It's kind of both an emergency episode, and I do think it's a sign from the universe that we should still be doing Hospice Traphouse as often as we can when these kinds of things show up, when they occur. And dude, the TISM is activated. The TISM is involved. This is too real, dude. This is too crazy. I'm fucking calling it. I mean, think about it, dude. Think about it. It's been the government has been lying about this for decades, and they're finally fessing up to the truth. It only took what, 60 years, 70 years,
more than that.
And then what? Okay, here's another example. The Gulf of Tonkin, Vietnam, all turned out to be a lie. What about 50 years from now? What are they going to tell us about the Kennedy assassination? What are they going to tell us about COVID? Oops. Oh no, is my internet going to go out again? Oh shit.
Do you remember when we were in your apartment and we were discussing certain topics and your light started flickering?
Yeah, well, the lights were flickering because we were openly criticizing the Chinese government. Invest in Raytheon.
Well, it's Boeing. This particular case, it's a red cube. Yeah, they're talking about in Congress a red cube, and they were talking about Boeing, dude.
Boeing. Yep,
Boeing.
Dude, it's. So Boeing is a flying shit, right?
Well, yeah, they're like a defense contractor. They're doing the same thing Raytheon's doing. The same stuff.
Dude, it's all fucked. It's all in the paper. And that video you sent me of that guy just going up to Dianne Feinstein, who's fucking 90, who's just like, I know, and she's 90. She can't be all there. And she's like, just say yes. Just grandma, just say yes. We're gonna go back inside, grandma, and have prune juice, okay, grandma? And it's just whoop. Say yes.
Wait, it's like our JP Morgan. It's like how much money? $824
Dude, it's the
trillion
fucking what did we call it? The puppet theater. What did we call it? Puppet theater
Deep
something.
State Puppet Theater.
Deep State Puppet Theater. Yeah, we did the deep. We gotta get on that. I've been so busy, but yeah, dude.
Well,
These old people are running the fucking country, and they're too drunk on power to give it up. And Mitch McConnell is like slowly shitting his pants.
well, the president, dude, the president is.
We have a fucking skeleton telling us, I'm like, hey, we didn't have any airports during the Revolutionary War, huh? What, my guy? You gotta get vaccinated. The only thing to fight global warming is to get vaccinated. Bruh. This is fuck like, and they're just like, oh, if you don't comply, we'll block out the sun. We'll block out the sun.
Well, so did you see the news articles? They want us to eat bugs again. They're back on the bugs.
They're back, what, the cricket pies and shit?
Mm-hmm.
Cricket protein, bug protein. Okay. Yeah. I fed crickets to my bearded dragons.
Because of course you would have a bearded dragon.
I had bearded dragons when I was a kid. And we fed them crickets, and they're like little fat, juicy guys. So you could like put like powder on them and grind them up and put them in like little cakes and shit. You would need a lot of crickets. Now, we're omnivores, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we can eat crickets. And in Mexico, they're a delicacy.
Could you imagine like having a cricket-based diet and like how much you have to floss, dude? Like...
Well, I was thinking like when you take a dump, it's gonna be scratchy because like that's gonna come out like
little legs. Yeah, well, that's the thing with me with my gut is that if I eat raw vegetables, like say, you know, lettuce, it's gonna come back out as lettuce. And I don't know, dude, the bug thing, it's so fucking weird because there's the bug thing, and then there's the possibility of lab-grown meat, which
it's already been passed.
It's already been passed. It's already there. So can we have that on our packaging? Because if you're going to sell lab-grown meat, tell me it's lab-grown meat so I don't buy it. Like,
well, I think we can already conclude Taco Bell is probably lab-grown meat.
Yeah.
Some portion
what if
of
we beat the aliens? And I'm sorry if we're ADHDing again and we're derailing, but what if we beat the aliens and we like farm their DNA and eat them?
Well, the thing that a lot of aliens say, because there's different alien species, like
yeah,
and at some point, you know those tests that people take, like which character of Disney are you? Like eventually it's gonna be like which starseed tribe are you?
Yeah, for real, dude. And you know, that's how they get your data because people get baited into those things. And that's how, like, you know, you take that Facebook quiz, like, what's your Disney character? That's how they get your shit. That's how our Fourth Amendment rights get violated every day by corporations that feed what we look up into our algorithms. And I get fucking horse cock medicine on my computer when you were here, and it's like I didn't look that up on my computer. You probably did, but why is it on my laptop? You know, you didn't use my laptop. What the fuck, bro? Like, this is insane, and it's happening right in front of us, and nobody cares because this is a classic case of the boy who cried little green men. Like, this is just.
Is that your rant that's coming
up? It's in the rant. It's in the rant. I wrote it down like I wrote it all down a half hour before we started this. And I already said like half of it.
So wait, Jake.
Mm-hmm.
So this all started with the lady on the plane with Carrot Top.
Yes, with the lizard people. She said she saw a lizard person.
No, she said, so there's never been anything that's come out explaining what actually happened.
Mm-hmm.
But she was on a plane and Carrot Top was on the plane. And then there's a whole bunch of competing stories about her, but nothing's ever been brought out like who this person is. But I think how many of those weather balloons, those spy balloons, we were like in the middle of the Super Bowl, and all these spy balloons started popping out.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, I think it all connects. I think it all connects. And with the shape-shifting story, the planet is getting hotter, and these are reptilians, and they thrive in warm climates. So as the planet warms, which might be the goal, these people are going to start coming out of from under the rocks that they're hiding under, because they're getting more acclimated to the climate. And so, like, you know, the fucking vertical blinking, and like the fucking tail's gonna show up, and you know, we're just gonna have these fucking lizard people that grow to be like 9 foot tall. And I think these might be like descendants of the Anunnaki, you know what I mean? Or other cultures have called them like other names, like they all, like, in hieroglyphs from Mexico, Egypt, two civilizations that have made no contact with each other happen to have similar hieroglyphs of tall, advanced people that probably taught us how to like farm and build the pyramids and, like, you know, thrive in agriculture. Like, they probably taught us how to live like civilized people. And then they're just like, we're going to come back in 10,000 years. And like, oh, God, you guys made the atomic bomb. No, bro, that wasn't the vibe. That's not what we discussed, bro. Now we're going to fucking watch you like we're in a fucking glass menagerie, and they're just going to watch us, and they'll come out, and we're going to fight each other. And then they'll be like, hey guys, stop it. And then we'll be too mad, and we'll just attack them. And then the aliens will go, oh, this is a lost cause. We're just going to fucking, you know, rain fucking fire and death.
Well, here's some questions. What do you think about Roswell?
Dude, okay. They told us that it was a weather balloon. But before that, the newspapers of that time said like, oh, flying saucer crash. And then the very next day, they're like, no, we got it wrong. We got it wrong. It was a thing. My bad. And then, like, right after that was just a huge influx of UFO sightings, huge influx. And then the government was like, oh, we're testing the stealth fighter. We're testing new technology that totally wasn't inspired by the alien technology that we found.
Yeah.
Do you remember the Bob Lazar interview on Rogan?
Vaguely. I didn't watch the whole thing though, just in clips.
So what really stuck out and what really sticks in my brain was that Bob Lazar mentioned that they dug up artifacts, as in they were already here, and they've been done hanging out here. And some of, like, Bob Lazar said that Area S4 or Area 51 had 9 craft, 6 of which were excavated. They've been here, man.
They've done been here.
They've been here.
Jake, you know what? What if this Earth is not flat Earth or round Earth? What if it's just a planar field? And we're just on a plane.
A plane?
And it's like a highway exit.
How do you mean?
You know,
the
like
planet is an off-ramp?
An on or off ramp, depending on your soul's mission. So we're on the on ramp. We're kind of mid on ramp. Like, we're still figuring it out.
We're in the acceleration lane, but grandma's behind the wheel and she's not going fast enough.
You mean Dianne Feinstein?
Dianne Feinstein is behind the wheel in the acceleration lane, and she's like, I'm gonna go 45. There's a pot of gravy in the back seat. When it's full, there's no lid.
There's no lid.
We have these fucking ancient people that, like,
dude,
their
Mitch
grandparents
McConnell
came here on the fucking Oregon Trail or whatever the fuck. These are the people running the country.
Yep. Dude, that Mitch McConnell shit, like, when you watch that video, do you think he had a stroke, or do you think he had, like, what the hell went on?
It could be a number of things, because this is an old man that he just does not want to let go. You know, he doesn't want to let go and retire like he fucking should have, 10 years ago. His health is questionable. He's like fallen down a bunch. He's had like some shoulder surgeries.
He broke a rib.
Yeah, he broke a rib, but it's like, dude, stop. Hang it up. Hang it up. He's got enough money. He's got enough generational wealth for his grandchildren that they don't even have to get into politics. They can just do whatever for the rest of their life, but he's just too drunk with power to give it up. And that was the first sign that's like, dude, you got to sit down, bro. You got to sit down. And I think there's a little bit of MK Ultra freeze on top of that.
You think so?
Yeah, go ahead.
So did I send you the video of Drake in concert? Or did I just tell you about Drake?
You told me about it. He had an MK Ultra freeze, yeah?
He had a hologram on stage with him, supposed alleged. Now, what I think he had is another person, and they put like a different face on the person's face, like through a screen, because they're saying Britney Spears, like all of her social media is deep faked or so I think they did a deep fake on stage with Drake, because like he handed him a book when he was rapping, like a notebook.
And it's a hologram, so it's not a tangible thing. It's intangible, meaning it can phase through stuff.
Well, they hand him a book, like he holds the book and turns the page.
Like physically. It could be a well-rehearsed thing where the book is also a projection and he's like doing improvisational like space work. Like I could see how it could be like an act, I could see how that could be distinguished, but like we don't know, dude. These elites, these super fucking rich people, they're crafty, man. They're crafty. They're making us distracted by all this. Like, what the fuck else is going on? These super fucking rich people. And dude, Sinead O'Connor died yesterday.
No.
And she was like, an iconic, like kind of rebellious figure who died pretty young.
Yeah.
56 is young-ish. And, she had like complications and all that stuff. But why is it the renegades, Kristy? Why is it the renegades? Why is it the people that are always going against the grain? John Lennon, Kurt Cobain, fucking Hendrix. I'm naming musicians mostly. Bill Hicks. Carlin lived a long time, but it's just these renegades that lot of them, Gandhi, JFK, these people who are going against it are just getting Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, all these people who are advocating for peace. And
Brody's
one of those guys, and I believe he speaks to us, the people who have good vibes in them, and it's a reminder to, I don't know, I suppose enjoy the spoils while we still have them. The Romans, right before the Romans fell, they were obsessed with gender. What's happening now? This is like we're following the breadcrumbs of how societies form, collapse, and rebuild again. We're heading towards the fucking cliff. And I hope we can just take our foot off the gas for just a little bit. And if you don't comply, we'll block out the sun. We'll block out the sun, Kristy. That is a climate change tactic. We'll block out the sun's rays to keep it from warming so much.
Here's my next question is like, if they can block out the sun, then maybe the weather in California, because our last episode was weather, is really controlled in certain ways.
Yeah, dude, we were talking about the last episode on how there's fucking snow and Mammoth. People are skiing in July. What the fuck? Like, there hasn't been any stories about that lately because of the heat waves. It was 130 degrees in Death Valley, and some dude died going on a hike. I'm like, what?
Why would
Oh,
you
it's
go on a hike?
130 degrees. Let's go
No.
for a walk. And these park rangers are taking pictures of the thermometer. And I read it. I saw that picture, and there was a comment that said, "This is what it's like when this is like the dinosaurs taking a picture of the asteroid right before it hits us." Like, these park rangers are like, "Look, 135 degrees. We're dying. We're dying."
Well, I think we're shifting.
Shifting.
Sure. I think that we're shifting into something else. And it's about love and light, but we have to figure out what that means.
Mm-hmm.
How's
I don't know if you could see that.
I see that it says, wait, that's
fuck your love and light. It's your sticker. It's your sticker that I haven't put on my notebook yet. Yeah. Yeah, dude, this is, our parents are not going to live to see it.
Yeah.
But we're going to live to see some. Oh, here's another thing I saw in LA. This was on like Vermont Street. There's underground apartments that are going to be under construction.
What?
In like 20 years. Underground apartments. Okay. This is the advertisement. I'll send this to you. I'll send this to you another time. But my buddy sent this to me.
I have a question about that. In LA is on a fault line. So why would they put anything under? I mean, we have the subway in LA, but the thing is, like, why would you want to live underground on a fault
stupid
line?
idea, right? Stupid idea. I'm literally going through my buddy's we're gonna have to scroll a little bit. Give me just a moment. Okay.
While you're
underground apartments, it's happening.
What the hell?
There it is. Okay, I'm gonna send this.
I'm
gonna send this to you on the gram for you to look at.
Okay.
And the advertisement for this was like, you'll never have to go outside again. That's the advertisement. You may never go outside again. Live life deeper. That's the tagline for these underground apartments being made. And it's scary shit, dude. It's scary shit because this isn't an area where the little robots deliver your food and all that. And people are, yes, it's exactly that. It's exactly that video. And they're going to make it kind of like, you ever see those little eco tanks with like algae and shit?
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen to us.
We're going to become pod people, dude.
We're going to be pod people. We're not going to live on the surface of the planet in the summer and winter seasons. We won't live on the surface in the summer and winter. It's practice.
144 levels underground. What are they trying to say? They already know. They already know. They're not telling us.
They already know, and they're not telling us.
That's why they're doing this alien stuff, because they want to scare us underground.
Yeah, dude. It's fucking happening, man. It's happening right in front of us. And
we're gonna be like John Goodman in that movie where they had the giant Cthulhu.
Oh, Cloverfield?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's exactly that. COVID was the training wheels of having us stay inside. And, we're going to work from home and all that. 144 levels. That's really deep, dude. That's really fucking deep. And people are going to live like, 150 square foot, it'll literally be the opposite of New York.
I'm freaked out now.
Yeah.
Well, did you see that Ryan Talmo posted about, that shopping center on La Brea?
Next Stage Theater. I went there all the time, dude.
I did too.
I produced plays there. They're what's so funny? Yes, they're getting rid of it. The first play I produced there was a play about the Roswell crash. It was called Roswell.
Jake
Kristy. I did a play called Roswell at that space.
Jake.
At that space. The week before, and my buddy is a fucking witness. My buddy's a witness. I'm not bullshitting you. The week before that play came out, my buddy and I saw a fucking UFO at Valley Village, right where my mom lives.
Wait, you didn't tell me you saw a UFO at Valley Village.
I saw a UFO because here's what we thought it was. we thought it, because this was like a rich neighborhood full of like Orthodox Jews in those big nice houses. We thought it was some kid playing with like a drone. This was in 2013, a little like toy drone or whatever. Now, what was different about this drone is that the lights on it were intensifying and shrinking and moving how a drone would. But what drones don't do is change their fucking lights.
No, wait, hold on. But yeah, they do. Like when you okay, anyway.
Not in 2013, they weren't.
What time of day was this?
Middle of the night. Middle of the night.
Dude.
The light was expanding and shrinking, and it was moving around very quickly. And we couldn't gauge the distance on it because it was nighttime, but the lights were expanding and shrinking. Drones don't do that in 2013. This was when commercial drone technology was kind of new. It wasn't military. You know, if it was military, you know, it would be further up and it wouldn't be so obvious that it was there, because drone technology is stealth, surveillance. Drones are used to spy and surveil. This was, if it was that, it wouldn't be so fucking obvious that there was a light floating around in the sky.
They were coming for you.
This was the week before we did that play, and the play was exactly about the Roswell incident, and we did like a whole thing on it, and it was fun. And like, now that space is gone, it's going to be turned into apartments that will be occupied like at less than half capacity because they're too expensive. Nobody can afford to live there, and it's just going to take up space. Same thing happened in North Hollywood, where there was a church just off of Lancashire, and now it's a fucking high-rise that nobody lives in.
Well, the one across from the Comedy Store is now fancy.
Yeah, dude, it's a fucking shame. It's because we're building more housing. Cool. It's not fucking affordable.
Nobody can live there. We couldn't even afford what we had with 3 of us in it.
Yeah, dude, it was, and the thing with this building is that it's going to go up by 1.5% every year.
And it shouldn't. It's not worth it.
It shouldn't. And I'm thinking about moving. Honestly, I'm thinking about moving because there's homeless people, you know, there's gang violence. The neighbors next door are still screaming at each other. It's not good. You
can't walk from your car at night anymore there.
No, it's getting really sketchy, man. It's the fucking, it's just getting ugly. And this isn't my home anymore. This isn't my home anymore. I left because it got nuts, and I came back. I visited October 2021, and I started getting really upset. I got really emotional. I'm like, this is not my town. This was during the mandates and all that shit. I'm like, this is not my town. And now I'm here. I'm back in my stomping grounds. This isn't my city. This isn't the city I knew. It's completely different. And maybe this is just, oh, I'm getting old and I'm complaining. Like, it's more than that, dude. It's becoming unlivable. And I'm really feeling the pull of the Pacific Northwest. I'm really feeling the pull. And I could do comedy there, but just I've worked so hard to get where I am now. And I would literally start over again. And I don't want to do that again.
I mean, comedy takes us through these different phases, though.
Yeah. I don't know if I want this anymore, because another crazy subject is the AI thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting followed on my Instagram, not physically followed. I'm being followed on Instagram by all of these casting sites suddenly. Yeah. Now, if you're familiar with the acting thing, they never reach out to you. They will never reach out to you. You have to go after them. It's like dating. Casting sites will never reach out to you, ever, because thousands of actors are constantly bombarding them with emails. Hey, I want representation. Up. They'll never reach out to you. I looked up some of these casting sites. AI casting. So these people, let's say I auditioned for a Domino's pizza commercial, and I'm a delivery guy for the pizza commercial. I get paid for that. Cool, good, great.
You'd be great in a Domino's pizza commercial.
I'd be a great delivery guy for a Domino's pizza commercial. Hit me the fuck up.
I think you got the look. You got
I got the look, bro. I got the look. I get that commercial. Great, cool. I get paid. But then they scan my face and use my likeness for a completely different commercial that I did not audition for. And I don't get any money for that.
Nope.
So I have a BFA in acting, and it's even more useless now. Because I'll book that gig once and then I'll never book anything again because that company will have my face forever.
But with was it Disney, the CEO of Disney that came out about the background actors?
Yeah. He came out about the background actors saying we don't need you and we're cutting a budget so we can have more money at the top. And here's the thing about acting and theater and performance, and that it goes all the way back to the ancient Greeks. Using the human condition as a circumstance in a story or anything else is an art. That is art. That is what people have done to entertain people while they eat the bread and the cheese and they watch the circus. You know, the classic, the Roman poet Juvenal said, "Give them bread and circuses and they will never revolt." The circuses are on strike and the bread isn't fucking bread at all.
Well, that's what Netflix and Chill was.
Yeah.
It was the circus, the tiger, what was it?
Yeah, the Tiger King. Yeah, it's the circuses, man. So the circus the people who perform in the circus are not going to be people anymore. And the rich people at the top, the Brad Pitts, the Ryan Goslings, they're fine. They'll be fine. If you're already in the system, you're fine. But if you're trying to get into the system or that industry of work, the chips are just stacked against you forever and ever. And I see the light.
Yeah, we had a 10-minute light. Sorry.
Yeah. So no, it's all good. We're, this business it's a lie. It's a lie. And you're paying $500 for commercial acting classes. You're paying $500 for headshots and all that. But to what? To what? To have our face be used once? And we've wasted our money. We've wasted our resources trying to pursue this dream to be like, an entertainment here in Los Angeles that literally millions of people come here to do. And it's just, dude, this is not my town. This is not what I came to do. This is not what I studied. This is not and I'm upset because I feel like I've wasted my time. I've wasted my time for 10 years. I've completely wasted it. I went to acting school. I did auditions. I did theater. I did all that. Wasted. Kristy, I'm really upset. I'm just so upset. And I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to, I'll do it myself. I'll make my own shit. But in terms of going to the next level of making a living doing this, best shot I have is upping my Patreon numbers. That everybody's just gonna make their own shit.
Yeah.
In-house. Fuck the studios.
But you know what I think is gonna serve you really well is you're gonna be up in the Pacific Northwest in a couple of weeks.
Next week, I'm taking 4 days off. I'm gonna go into the forest and do some mushrooms with my godmother, and I'm gonna figure out what the fuck I'm gonna do next.
You need that, Jake. I think you deserve that time because LA is a different animal. It's New York. It's not Austin. It's its own thing. Yeah, dude. And and you've been to Austin. Yeah. I really don't, because look at what's happening. We shatter heat wave records every year. And most of those records are being broken in Phoenix, New Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma. The heat index is 106 in the Midwest. 2023. It's only going to go up. It's only going to go up, and it's not going to be livable. It's not going to be livable. I have a prediction about Austin. If you're a comedian, if you're 20 years old and you are just starting comedy, I would recommend people go to Austin to get their chops. But if you're somebody who's been grinding and grinding and grinding, and it just puts you into another grind.
Yeah.
And it's a different kind of grind to enter. It's a good place to go and visit.
Yeah. I mean, if you've been on that grind like you have, you could essentially go anywhere. But with Austin, it's just too fucking hot there. And Texas is on their own grid, and it's going to fail in 10 years. Not because of the scene, not because of anything in particular, but it's literally, it's just going to be a fucking nightmare climate-wise. Because there's too many fucking people. And did you remember hearing Kamala Harris saying the secret thing out loud? Saying, oh, we need to fight climate change by decreasing the population. Huh? What? It's happening, dude.
Happening.
It's happening. Just put that anywhere.
It's literally not screwed on. That's why.
I know.
What's up, brother Luke?
Hello.
Yeah.
Tell him I say hi.
Were you gonna borrow that that mic stand?
Well, I'd rather have this part.
I don't have it active right now.
I'd rather have this part.
Okay.
But I can because my phone doesn't.
What, you need a mount? Sorry.
No, I'm keeping it in. You're in the podcast, Luke.
Yeah, you're on the pod. But yeah, dude, this is what's happening before our very eyes is this is the, you know, this is the government lying to us and fessing up to some of it, while more bad things are slowly unraveling. And I don't know if this pursuit of happiness is something attainable for me right now. I'll still be able to do it, but it won't pay my bills. You know what I mean? Like, it won't, at least not yet.
It will.
Yeah, I hope so. It's just like with everything going on, dude, I'm not very optimistic. I'm really not. I have zero faith in government. They're greedy. And we're just going to be fed fucking crickets and lab grown bullshit. Soylent Green, straight up, like iRobot takes place in 2035. We're 13 years away from there. The fucking robots are taking over. You know, it could be used as a tool to help us get our shit together, but that's not what's going to happen, because this is falling into the wrong hands.
I have hope.
You have hope?
Yeah, I think that means live performance will be important and people will start gathering together again.
It's still going to happen, but it's going to be at an underground level, probably literally.
Yeah.
You're going to have your poetry slams. You're going to have your music shows. You'll have your comedy shows. You're going to have all that. It's just not going to be, it'll be punk rock. That's what'll be cool about it. Is the tale of the bard will continue on. It's just not going to be lavish, you know.
It will, though, and it's just going to be our genetics will morph into insect genetics.
Insect genetics,
yeah.
Dude. Are you familiar with Cronenberg films? No. Cronenberg was like an 80s like horror director who did like a lot of like offbeat shit. Think like The Thing. We're gonna turn into The Thing.
Oh, is The Thing the yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, like The Thing. Our arms will be legs. We'll have like more orifices coming out of our bodies. It's just, it's over. It's over. And I'm glad that that I was born in the decade that I was born in, because we were the last people to experience what it's like to play outside.
I want to take the more optimistic approach and say that love heals all.
Yeah, there'll be love. It'll just be in a bunker. I'll meet you halfway there.
Hopefully John Goodman's character in Cloverfield will not be the guy in the bunker, but yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking wild. It's really fucked up, and I'm happy that the rage that I have inside me is inspiring creative energy, which is good. And like, I mean, I just thrive when bad shit goes down. I thrive when bad shit goes down. It's it's a silver lining. It's something else, man. It's crazy. Do you want to go? Do you want to go another round? And
how you feeling energy wise?
I'm feeling very exhausted.
I am. Yeah, I think we got enough time to promote.
Yeah.
Do you have anything that you'd like to promote?
Well, I'm going on a brief production break on my shows, Jaking Off Show Live and High Score Comedy, but we will return in September. The rants are back. I've got the SAG strike rant is out and ready. The alien rant is going to be coming out soon. I've been doing more content. I haven't been doing the podcast because it's fucking too hot in this room, and I don't want to run the AC while the mics are recording because it's not good quality. So I'm taking a brief pause on that until I make more money for a studio space. But dude, I'm keeping it trucking with my stuff. I'm hitting the mics. I'm just doing my thing. What are you doing?
I got Trust Your Glitter podcast that's out every week. I do astrology on there, and then I'm documenting my journey with stand-up comedy.
Mm-hmm.
So that's also on my YouTube channel. And I miss you. I miss
you too. I miss you too, man. On another time off mic, I would like a reading. Not for me, but for us, the collective. If you don't mind, I'll call you. You. Yeah. And we'll see what the fuck is happening. And I have some TISM clairvoyance that I got to go over with you. Which is like, it's gonna be an off mic thing because it's kind of personal. It's kind of crazy. My TISM powers went off. All right.
Thanks for listening to HTP Pod.
That's what's up. All right.
We'll
Okay.
see
Thanks.
you
Die, everybody. Yeah.
Bye.
White girl with a fat ass.
Cheers to the beers.
Welcome to Hospice Traphouse.